it's Sheila, the Grateful Goddess, and I have something a little bit different for you this month. Instead of a regular feature with the Goddess, I'm going to share with you my wisdom throughout the year because it's my birthday month. So, in honor of my birthday, here are some of the things that I learned this year. So, we'll start with the fun, something fun, because these are in no particular order. So, one of the really wonderful ones that I love is that you are never too old to do what you want to do in life. And this came in a couple of different ways throughout my year. One was at the Sedona Yoga Festival, which I got to meet Tao Porchon Lynch. She is a 98-year-old yoga instructor. She is amazing, has such incredible energy and wisdom, and is just radiant. I totally love her. The other one is Edna Northrup. And so I had the great pleasure of Edna coming to stay and give a talk on her climb to the base camp of Mount Everest, which she did at the age of 84. She is now 91 years old. So her and her daughter Penny and husband Phil came, and oh, it was just such a wonderful experience. And it's that whole idea. You are only as old as you think you are. And I would love it if people were as inspired as I am on aging so that they actually looked forward to it rather than dreading it. I can't tell you how many people I meet who actually dread aging. And if you find mentors of people who are doing it beautifully, you'll be inspired by it, as I am. At least that's my hope and wish for you. So if you would like to hear more on Edna or Tao, you can go to the inspiration page on my website, and in the search bar put in either Edna or Tao, T-A-O. Incredibly inspiring women. So that is one of my most favorite memories from this year. Also on the other side was a little bit harder lesson, and that was in that I think we should always be open to learning and change. And so I was trying to stay really open to this one particular learning that I was having. And I kept giving it my all. And when it came right down to it, it wasn't in alignment with who I am. And I think that's totally okay. I don't think everybody learns differently, and I think there should be that many different modalities, that many different styles of teaching in order for it to reach all the different people. So for me, it was being able to quit. You know, sometimes there's such negative energy around the idea of quitting, whereas in some cases, quitting is the best thing that you could do for yourself. When it isn't serving you, one shouldn't keep beating their head against the wall. Go ahead, quit, find what resonates, what's right for you, and give yourself that permission to do what you know is your inner wisdom is calling you to do. Giving yourself permission to also slow down. One of the other wonderful things I got to do this year is go to the International Women's Summit. And Liz Gilbert was one of the speakers. There were so many fabulous keynote speakers, but Elizabeth Gilbert was one of them. And she talked about how her vision for the world is to see a world full of women who are relaxed. You know, not an adjective you find when you are describing women very often. And wouldn't that be amazing if we lived in a world where women were relaxed? It's like, wow, I love that. I love that. And I will admit that when I moved to Tucson, I had not been living a relaxed life. I was living a very tense, very stressed out life. And so when I moved here almost 7 years ago, I started to say no to everything. Well, actually, since I had a clear plate, I was only putting on it what I wanted. And I can't tell you how freeing that is to create a life you love with only putting the things that truly resonate with you on it. And it's so refreshing. One of the things that I just recently added, you know, I had a past history of being in all these meetings and committees in which you think, oh, they never get anything done and nobody ever agrees and they're long drawn out meetings and they're so boring. And I had all this old messaging of what that would look like. And so just this year, I was asked to be on the board for the Arizona Integrative Wellness Coalition. And I said yes, that the experience has been totally different from my previous experiences in committees and boards. And it's so refreshing. I mean, we get together and we're energized in the meetings because there's so many ideas. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's giving their best gifts. And we somehow collected a group where everyone is able to do what they most love to do and doesn't have to do the things that they don't want to because somebody else loves that. And that's ideal. It's so wonderful. And actually, I just absolutely love getting together with these women. It just happens to be an all-women board. But again, there isn't one or two people doing all the work. This is a situation where everybody is contributing at equal amounts, and that is so refreshing. The permission line, I also joined Kate Northrup, her Origin collection, I think is what it's called. Anyway, it's a private group in which she's giving people permission to slow down, to look at time in a different way. And she looks at time in a secular way. And so, like, even in our calendars, how it, generally each day is from morning till night, and it makes it look like you're running out of time. And so she creates calendars that are in a circular pattern to remind you that time is renewing itself every day. It just renews itself, and that feels so much better. And then just being able to look at life differently, in which instead of being on go in constant motion, it's knowing that just like nature, we need downtime in order to come back fully alive. It needs that secular pattern. And so it is been a wonderful group, and another thing that I would highly recommend. I still do, like, mentioning Kate Northrup reminds me of Team Northrup and my community with Team Northrup. And so at Sweet Retreat, I did a acro yoga demonstration. And again, just that reminder that we can live our lives really joyfully and we can be doing business, but from a space in which it feels really good because we're kind of playing while we're working. And to me, that's the most ideal, where you can totally be yourself, authentic and true in who you truly are, and with your unique skill set of gifts, and that it relates to somebody else's need, and that everybody just shows up in their authentic power, and it's so beautiful. So anyway, that was really fun, because for me, I love all kinds of yoga, but not every kind of yoga. There's some yogas that I don't care for, but acro yoga is my playtime. It's when I get to really tap in to that childlike spirit of mine. And because of lesson earlier, you're never too old, and you are only as old as you think you are. And so when you get to play, when you get to do the things that make you feel like a child again, do it. Also this year was an incredible Goddess Getaway weekend. I added an extra day to the Goddess Getaway weekend, and it was even more transformative than the year before, which I didn't know was possible. And so I have to add yet another day to this next one in January, because I am so excited about all that we're able to do. And it's that whole idea of what Elizabeth Gilbert would like to see in terms of more relaxed women, and what Kate is doing in trying to help women, give them permission to slow down and to do things in cycles rather than all push, to like allow your inner knowing and your creative power to emerge on its own the way it's meant to be. So that is also what the Grateful Goddess Getaway is all about. It's an ability we go to Mexico in January, beautiful weather, we've got the ocean right out the doorstep, and it is reflecting, it's relaxing, it's looking at what it is you truly want to create in your life, because I used to just like fill it in with whatever was being asked of me. And when you start to only create the life you want by selecting the things you want in your life, what's most important to you in your life? For me, it's empowerment, health, and joy. So I am totally lit up by empowering women to live the life they were meant to live. And I believe that if you don't have your health in all aspects, mind, body, spirit, financial health, all aspects of health, it's really hard to show up and be all you're meant to be in this world. So I help women create all of that container for what it is they want to create in their life. And the Goddess Getaway Weekend is an incredible opportunity to relax, slow down, look at what's most important to you in your life, and then create from that standpoint. We also go through different exercises that uncover limiting beliefs and what's holding you back from having created it up until this point, so that we can get rid of those, so that you can move ahead joyfully, easily, in the flow. And since you've made it this far in the video, I'd like to give you a special gift where I will be giving away free coaching sessions to the first 30 women that respond and request a breakthrough coaching session, so that you can start to look at what it is you want to create in your life and what might be holding you back, and how can you overcome that to start creating all that you desire today.